This lecture is all about the introduction to data link layer. The explanation is given in the form of notes. You can download the notes from the link provided in the description. Data link layer is the second layer in the OSI model. This is the OSI model which contains 7 layers, namely application, presentation, session, transport layer, network layer, data link layer and physical layer. This data link layer lays between network layer and physical layer. This figure shows the relationship of data link layer to the network and physical layers, how the transmission of data takes place between network layer and physical layer. Communication at the data link layer occur between two adjacent nodes which can be seen from this figure. You can see A, D and F are end systems, means data transmission takes place between A and D and also A and F, different end systems. So if the transmission is from A to D, it follows the path A, B, C and D, that is transmission takes place from between A to B, B to C and C to D. If it is from A to F, it follows A, B, E and F. To send data from A to F, we are considering this path. To send data from A to F, 3 partial deliveries are made here. First, the data link layer A sends a frame to data link layer at B, a router. Second, the data link layer at B sends a new frame to the data link layer at E. And finally, the data link layer at E sends a new frame to the data link layer at F. The frames that are exchanged between the 3 nodes have different values in the headers. This header is used to define the source address and the destination address. The frame from A to B has B as the destination address and A as the source address. And the frame from B to E has B as the source address and E as destination address. And finally from E to F, E is the source address and F is the destination address. The value of trailers can also be different if error checking includes the header of the frame. If the data transmission takes place between A and D, the first transmission is from A to B and the frame contains A as the source address and B as the destination address. Similarly, this data is transmitted to C and the new frame contains B as the source address and C as the destination address. Now from C to D, the transmission takes place and C is the source address and D is the destination address. This is how the data transmission takes place between end to end. Apart from this, data link layer has several other responsibilities. They are framing, physical addressing, flow control, error control and access control. What is framing? The data link layer divides a stream of bits received from the network layer into data units called frames. Means you will have number of bits. There are n number of bits. Those bits are divided into small units which are called frames, and these frames will be transmitted one by one from one end to the other end. Next is physical addressing. For a data to be transmitted from one end to other end, it needs to have what is source address and what is destination address. That is nothing but the physical addressing. That is, it adds a header to the frame in order to define the physical address of the sender or receiver of the frame, as we have seen here. This is the header. Here, the physical address is defined. If the frames are to be distributed to different systems on the network, we are not just distributing to one system. There are several systems on the network and will be distributing the frames to the different systems. So you need to give physical address in the header. With this mechanism, you can also keep a check on the duplication of frames. That is, duplication of frames is also prevented by using this mechanism. Next is flow control. We are sending the data in streams, but there should be a control of the flow of this data. It specifies the amount of data that can be transmitted by the sender before receiving the permission to continue from the receiver. That is, receiver has to acknowledge that I have received this data and you can send the other frame. Means the sender has to wait for the acknowledgement from the receiver. Otherwise, the receiver may not receive, and or the data can be lost or corrupted, or the receiver may not be in a position to receive the data. So once the receiver sends acknowledgement, then only the sender has to send the data. That is flow control. Next is error control. There is a possibility that frame can be lost or corrupted during the transmission. So error control is the process of detecting and correcting the data frames that have been corrupted or lost during transmission. It is normally achieved through a trailer added to the end of frame. We have seen here, we have added a header and a trailer. This header is for the physical addressing, that is to give what is the source and destination address, and trailer is for the achievement for the error control, to control the errors which are occurring during transmission. Next is access control. This prevents a collision and ensures the smooth flow of traffic on the network. That is, there might be a collision of frames, and this access control will prevent the collisions and ensures that there is a smooth flow of transmission on the network.